Ken's Creations. Well, as Thanksgiving is approaching, for those of us that are hosting Thanksgiving, we are thinking of different ways to set our table. And I wanted to show you what I'm doing this year, and it's really simple and easy. And I'm going to show you a quick tutorial. What I did is I made some candy treat boxes using the We Are Memory Keepers candy box punch board, and I made some decorative flowers using the Close to My Heart quilling tool. And I'm going to show you how to do these both very easy, and you can have a stunning Thanksgiving table in a matter of minutes. So let's get started first on the candy box and how to do that. So the first thing we want to do is get our paper ready for the candy box. So it's recommended that you do it at 7 inches wide by 6 inches tall. So I'm going to take my 12 by 12. I'm going to go ahead and cut it at 6 inches. And then I'm just going to flip it again and measure it at 7 inches. Now that's going to give you two sizes of paper here. We're actually going to be using both of those. So we're going to be using this piece first and then this piece later on in the tutorial. So once you have your paper cut, you can go ahead and bring in your candy box punch board. And we're going to start with, out of these papers, we're going to start with this larger paper. This is super simple. They've done a great job setting it up. They give you a diagram down below here. You're going to start with your paper. Your 7-inch is going to be along the top here. And you're going to, there is a faint purple line here that tells you where to start. So you're just going to line that up, and then you're going to punch it. Then you're going to keep moving it over until you hit this diamond over here. And once again, you're going to punch that. We're going to continue doing that all the way down, and then we're going to flip it and do it to the other side. So when you flip it, you're going to flip it just like this. So this way, when you line this up, your half of diamond is down here. So once again, we're just going to go ahead and punch. Now, I don't crease it until the very end, so what we're going to do is we're going to flip around our punch, and you're going to see these other little diamonds here. And that is what we're going to punch next. You're going to line this up with your first diamond right there, so your diamonds go right here, and punch that. And we're going to do that going all the way down. And I always do this last little one right down here. Flip it around, and we're going to do the same thing going back this way. All right, once you have everything punched, that's when we're going to score the lines here. And all you're going to do is put your diamond right here lined up again. And I make sure there's two little notches here and here, and you want to make sure that those are lined up in between your crease line. They give you this tool, and all you're going to do is lightly push in that crease line. Depending on the paper you use, you don't want to push too hard, as it will rip your paper all the way through, and when you actually crease this then, it will actually tear on you. So you don't want to push too hard, just enough to make a crease. So we're just going to keep doing that all the way down until we get to this point right here. At this point, we can move this out of the way and get rid of our trimmings. And you have your crease marks. So what I do is I just go ahead and, using this, just make them more defined. In the instructions, it will tell you to flip it over and crease the other side, but once again, that can rip your paper, so I found it easier to just do this. And using my bone folder here, just crease it along there. All right, so at this point, you should have this right here. And what we're going to do next is go ahead and crease it right there, and then let's go ahead and construct this. So at this point, you should have your candy box that looks like this. You're going to see some full, what I call candy wrappers here on these. And then you're going to see one that has just a little side. And that's where we're going to apply our glue. So we're going to go ahead and run a little glue here. And then on these little ends, you want to make sure you get glue there. I just use some mini glue dots. And I just put those on the end here. And you want to make sure you do that, because if not, they will be opened on you and they won't look nice and closed. All right, so once you've done that, you're going to fold this one first up. So your tape's up here, and then you're going to fold this one down, and you want to make sure it lines up in this diamond here. And then just apply pressure. And at this point, you can see where your candy's case is kind of taking shape. The next thing you're going to do is, using some baker's twine in whatever color, cut it to the desired length. And the nice thing about this is when you bring this up, it will automatically close the end here. So just like so. And then I just wrap my ends around each one. And the very end, you want to pull just a little bit tighter to make sure all of your pieces close there. And then you're just going to tie it in a bow. Or not, whatever. And then cut off any remainder of the baker's twine. And then what you want to do is you can go ahead and spruce that out a little bit there. So that's one end of it. So now we can fill the candy treat box with goodies. So what I did is I just took a lotto ticket, curled it on the inside there, and then I just took some Andes mints in different flavors and filled it in the inside. And the reason for that is just that way when you shake it, you can hear stuff in there. Make sure it all fits in there. And then once again, you can just take some of your baker's twine and you'll do the same thing. You'll just close the end here. So wrap it around, and I just tie it in a knot. You can do it in a bow, but I prefer a knot. And then just kind of spruce up your end here. So there is the candy box, and as you can hear, kind of hear some stuff shaking in there. So the next thing we need to do is make this part here, which is your actual nameplate. So let's go ahead and show you how to do that. So for the nameplate here, we're actually going to be using Spellbinder's Nestabilities in the classic scalloped ovals. And we're going to be using the two smallest ones. The smallest one, which is this one here, we're going to be doing on white. And then this size, we're going to be using that extra sheet of paper we cut earlier. So let's go ahead and run this through whatever machine you have for the small white one. And then we're going to run the larger one through our separate color piece of paper there. And there is the nameplate there. And then using whatever color of ink, you just go ahead and write the name. And we're going to pop that up with some 3D foam tape or 3D foam dots and glue it down. And just like that, you have your candy treat box. So let's go ahead and take a look on how we will make the coordinating flowers to go with that. So the next thing we're going to show you is how to make these decorative flowers. Now the decorative flowers, you're going to use the Close to My Heart quilling tool. And you can cut out these flowers, these are the shapes before we quill them, on a couple of different Close to My Heart Cricut cartridges. So you can cut these out on your Cricut Explorer. You can use the Art Philosophy cartridge. You can also use the Artiste cartridge, or there is one on the Art Booking cartridge. The only one that I have not found one of these flowers on is the Artfully Scent. So these are really easy to do using your quilling tool. You have a tiny little slit here, and you're going to start on the edge of your flower. You're going to put that all the way down, and then I just fold this little edge right here, and you're just going to start going in a circle along your flower. Now once you get to the end right there, you can go ahead and slide this part off, but continue holding it. And then I'm going to just take some liquid glass, which is also available through Close to My Heart, and I love this stuff. And you're just going to put a generous amount down here on the base. And then you can let go of this top part. It will unravel a little bit. And then you just slightly put it right in that glue. And then I like to fold my edges up. So you're going to have some glue on that back edge there. Fold it up just like that, and you're going to hold it a few minutes. Let it dry completely overnight, and then you'll be able to mess around with the edges. So as you can see on this one, this is completely dry. I can take my quilling tool now and mess around with the edges, and it's not going to move around. All right, so let's just show you how to do that again real quick. And it's easy as that. You have a nice, beautiful flower to put on your Thanksgiving plates.